Hi. I bet you're tired of vegans trying to push their vegan lifestyle down your throat, saying you're going to go to hell and you're a horrible person and an animal torturer for eating meat and consuming other animal products. Well, I'm sorry, but today I'll try to convince you that veganism is actually a really good idea and how you could implement it into your lifestyle. But instead of telling you that you're wrong and I'm right, I'll try to think of some arguments you may have against veganism, try to debunk them in hopes of changing your perspective on the subject. The first argument you could be thinking right now is, well, we need meat to survive. We're omnivores after all, right? Well, it has been stated by numerous medical and nutritional institutions such as the American Dietetic Association, the largest in the US with over 100,000 nutrition and diet professionals, that a vegan lifestyle is completely safe, healthy, and has the capacity to satisfy every nutritional need a person might have, even during pregnancy and the early stages of life. Also, on the omnivore aspect, just because we can do something doesn't mean we have or should do it. So, just because we can eat and digest meat doesn't mean we have or should kill millions of innocent animals each year just to eat them because it is natural. A lot of things we do are not natural. We drive cars, we use cell phones, we go to school. It doesn't hold up. Another argument you could be thinking is, well, plants are alive, right? You're still killing a living thing, so isn't it just as bad as killing an animal for food? Not really. See, plants are not conscious. They don't have a brain, they don't have pain receptors, or even a nervous system. So, sure, the plant dies when harvested, but they don't suffer like animals do when we kill them for food or when we exploit them in horrible conditions for things like milk or eggs. But okay, for argument's sake, let's suppose that plants do feel pain, or that in the future scientists discover that plants have a negative response when harvested. What's wrong with that? A vegan lifestyle is still less harmful for plants than an omnivorous one, ironically. That's because of the ludicrous amount of plants that are required to feed livestock and other animals. For example, to produce 1 kilogram of beef, you need around 16 kilograms of plants. It is also estimated that around 75% of the world's agricultural land is used just to feed livestock, things like cows, pigs, chickens. So even if plants felt pain, they would suffer much less under a vegan diet. Now, I want to focus on the environmental aspect of veganism. Let's forget for a second whether if it is moral to eat meat or not and all that other stuff. Just the environmental implications of the mass consumption of meat should be concerning enough to make us all consider adopting a vegan lifestyle. I'm saying this because it has been shown by numerous studies and organizations that livestock and animal production are amongst the most contaminating activities in our modern world. First, this industry releases more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere than the entire transportation sector. That's every car, every plane, train, bus, truck, everything. Another example could be that producing 1 quarter-pounder beef burger uses up enough energy to charge an iPhone for 6 months and uses enough water to fill up 10 bathtubs. 1 burger. This is why I think it's imperative that a cultural movement is made towards veganism, or at least to try to reduce the amount of meat we consume, just for the sake of the environment and our planet's future. Finally, I'd like to end this speech by inviting you all to adopt a vegan lifestyle, or to at least try to reduce the amount of meat we consume. I know it can be really hard. I'm not even a vegan, but we can start with little actions that contribute a lot, like Meatless Monday, which is pretty self-explanatory, or any other thing that can lead to the least amount of animal suffering around the world. Because in the end, meat is delicious and it's really hard to let go. But just consider that a meal for us lasts only a few minutes, but that same meal costs an animal their entire life. Thank you.